Hello, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. This is your host, Amelia Moore, and you are listening to Sipping Something Sexy Sundays with my co-host. Where you at, girl?
Brooklyn Ford.
Hey, hey,
I'm
hey.
sipping something sexy Sunday.
You know it. What are you sipping on, Lynn? What are you sipping on?
I told you I had some margarita tea. So that was my thing.
Well, I'm pouring me some Oro tequila, and I think because this is actually a sipping tequila, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I have some lime, sparkling water, and some pineapple. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be sipping on. And we got a special guest, Lynn. Tell us who's in the house today.
We have a super special guest today, and I'm really happy to know this woman, an amazing educator, very uplifting young sister out of BK's finest, like myself. The one and only Ebony Jones, and I cannot wait. Like, do we have some applause for Ebony Jones? This is an educator extraordinaire. Welcome, Ebony, to the show, but we're going to find out a little bit about her as we are rolling out the end of Women's History Month. But we're going to do women's empowerment all year. This is what we do here at Sipping Something Sexy Sunday. So we're bringing Ebony in to talk about what she does. Hey, Eb, you there with us, girl? Talk about it.
I am, and thank you. Thank you, ladies, for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're glad to have you.
So much. Thank you so much.
Y'all want to know what I'm sipping on?
At her.
Yes, darling.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Oh, okay. I'm actually sipping on a gin and soda. A dear friend, a dear and respected friend of mine, helped me to appreciate that. You respect the alcohol more when it tastes like alcohol. Mm-hmm. So in general, I think, you know what I mean? So I typically don't do a lot of chases and stuff, but I'm sipping on my vintage $26 bottle of Broker's gin. Ooh. And a little bit of sweat and just a splash of lime. So I'm feeling real nice right now.
I know that's right. Cheers. Let's get an applause for that. Sipping on something sexy, you heard? Ow!
I'm like shocking with my margarita tea now. I've been drinking all weekend, so I figured I would chill today, but y'all making me look bad.
Lynn, you took the healthy choice.
Yeah, this is so not cute right now. Anyway, we're going to jump right into it, and Amelia, definitely fill in where you get in. So I just want to kind of start it because I know our time is so limited. This young woman is doing so many things right now. One of them is studying for her doctorate. So I am not going to take up too much of your time. And this is also a woman of faith and belief. And so she's got to take care of that part of her Sunday. So I'm just going to jump into it really quick. And like I said, Amelia, please jump in and add on to where I'm getting ready to go with this. So you ready, Eb? We're going to go through this, all right? Please tell me and tell us what you do and what you would like to do. So talk to me about why you decided to become an educator.
I think in a very informal way, I begin early on dispensing like really good advice to my peers and having a way with youth, particularly teenagers, in a way that I hadn't even realized, but onlookers were kind of like, yeah, Ed, you're really good at this thing. Maybe you should think about going into education. I graduated from college with this degree in biology, and I'm like, I don't want to sit in anybody's lab. I'm a people person. I need to interact with folks. And I, applied for a teacher preparation program 16 years ago, and the rest is history.
Nice.
And tell me where you teach at, if you're allowed to say. Talk to us about where you're an educator. What do you teach? Because your specialty is something that people need to know. So what do you teach?
So by certification, I'm a secondary science teacher. I teach at Brooklyn Community Arts and Media High School, affectionately known as BCAM High School, just like kind of in the heart of the place where Fort Greene meets Bed-Stuy meets Clinton Hill. And I've been at that school for the bulk of my career. So I've been at that school for 14 years. It started the year before. So I like to believe I'm part of the infrastructure that helped build that school into the institution that it is today. But in the last 2 years, I've transitioned out of the classroom into more of an administrative role as the dean of students. And that was upon request, because I was making the observation that students were contending with things that made it hard to focus on school, the academics. There was a lot of a need for a lot of social emotional work and a lot of other stuff. And because I, in general, have good relationships with people, I'm a people leader, I definitely was able to keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening with our youth and leveraging that in order to interact with students in a different way. So that's my position now, dean of students, small school, about 550 kids. And it's been rewarding, but it certainly had its challenges as well.
Got it. So I just wanted to say, I heard everything you said, and some of it, some of it I need you to just reiterate a little bit, Eb, just so you guys know. In the studio, I am hearing everything D Mecca is saying to you, Amelia, over what Ebony is saying.
Got you.
So we need to mute him. If you can read sign language, give any instructions to her. Okay, so Eb was...
But you know what? Wait, I just want to let you guys know that Papa Greek said he loves mojitos and agreed that clear liquor is somewhat dangerous. So he sticks to dark rums and cognacs.
Good.
Papa Goot, I'm not typing in today, so...
oh, yeah, I know when typing Papa Goot.
So she'll be typing under my name.
Yeah, because he didn't like that I didn't have the P in peace. Oops.
Yeah. Pause, everybody.
Okay, but Ebony, you know, the most interesting thing that I love about you is sometimes teaching is probably the most undervalued career right now. They have no idea the challenges or even the ideals that you must share with your students to help them get through the day. I would love for you to just give us a brief snapshot on some of the things that other teachers could do to help, that you've learned that they could do to help.
I think, it's interesting because this is a conversation that I was actually having with some colleagues in a discipline meeting not a week ago. And the idea is that a lot of teachers, and it's not their fault. As educators, we're trained in the content area that we're teaching, right? We're trained to teach English language or Spanish or art or science, but we're not trained to try to understand, again, the social emotional things, the trauma, the lived experiences, the culture, all the things that impact a student's ability to come into our classroom and really access the information we're trying to dispense. Right. And I think that's the part that that a lot of teachers, that isn't a part of a lot of teacher prep programs. They're teaching us how to teach the thing. They're not teaching us how to reach the individual.
Exactly.
And I think that oftentimes that the inability to do that innately, or the lack of training in doing that, really affects it impacts learning in a way that that we're not talking about, and it's unfortunate. So I think that's my response. Like, every educator should endeavor to be a lifelong student. Never think you know everything. Like commit yourself to knowing more about the craft, and I think the craft of instruction definitely includes the interpersonal component, which I think is missing from a lot of teacher prep programs.
I agree. In some of the trainings that I do, it said, as an educator, it is not your responsibility to teach. It's your responsibility to understand how that student learns and then teach them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Agree. And we had a rich discussion about this, Amelia, when you and I were speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Especially about your experiences in the classroom and how you kind of pioneered a lot of the things that are now coming to light for a lot of educators today. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I love my babies, man. They're our future. We can't give up on them. We just got to keep on working on them. We got to work on them. So you got a question?
Yeah, so here's a question I wanted to ask, because it's funny. My next question was going to be, So as an educator, what would you do to improve the system? And you guys kind of just tapped into that. So I appreciate the fact that Amelia and I have a mind meld, and without seeing each other, we knew what the heck we wanted to ask you. So here's my next question. How have you decided
But actually,
to be...
Lynn, I do have a nuanced response to that question, actually.
Okay,
if you don't
sure.
mind.
Give it to us.
Because the other thing that we were making the observation about, again, me and my colleague, is that once upon a time there was an emphasis on, particularly as I'm having this plumbing issue in my house as we speak, there was an emphasis on like vocational programs in New York City, right? You could graduate from high school knowing how to install HVAC, knowing how to do plumbing, knowing electrical work. Like you could leave high school with a transferable skill that you could use to make money with a trade. And now there's been such a shift to like college and career readiness that children don't know how to do a damn thing.
I know.
You know what I mean? They don't know how to do anything. So my response to that question is I think we need to circle back to preparing students for potentially lucrative and long-lasting careers that don't require them to be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt with the prospect of employment, but actually having a tangible, transferable skill that can help them to make money. Because listen, we might not always need a person who has a master's in philosophy, but we need plumbers, we need electricians, we need, mechanics, we need those people. So yeah, that's my response to that. I think that a lot of school systems need to create tracks for that vocational preparedness because there's a gaping hole there that a lot of our children are missing.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, sometimes people don't understand the different challenges that our youth is actually dealing with. I think out of all the generations, I'm starting to study the intergenerational responsibility to each generation. And, the grade that you're dealing with right now, they have been exposed to the most. They're the generation that, their parents, it was kids raising kids. And right. It's a lot to do to help them understand where their passion is. Because I find like when I start tapping into kids and they know what their passion is, they start to get more direction as to where they need to go. But that's the biggest challenge because they're exposed to so much. It's like, what do I pick? It's really hard. I have a lot of empathy for them.
So that's kind of what I wanted to say. So I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, because I'm watching us and it looks like you're still talking, but I know we're on a delay. So that was the other part of my question as well, Ebony. Not only to figure out what you would want to see improved, and what you said was to circle back to some of the old skills, teaching people the old skills. Like you used to be able to go to school and learn how to sew. Like home economics was a class, right? You remember that? Woodworking was a class.
Yeah.
You actually learned how to build things. So you could actually go out here and learn how to use tools and build and start to learn how to do construction. And now everything is technology.
Yeah.
And it's great that our people can now go out because our youth is super techno advanced and into it. So much so that I think you and I have had this conversation that we have to be more mindful that we are letting our younger children into this techno world without having all the safety features put in place to know that they're able to talk to the whole wide world. And we don't necessarily want our kids talking to the whole wide world just yet. They're able to go on their laptops, their phones, and unfortunately catch porn tube. And you'd be like, what in the world is my kid watching? How did we even get here? Right. So my question is, how is technology helping and how is it hindering education going forward? And is it broadening them or is it somewhat hurting?
And before you answer that, I just want to put the telephone number. If you want to join the conversation, the telephone number is 347-305-5205. 347-305-5205. Okay. Sorry, Ebony. Go ahead, girl.
No problem. Yeah, I think it's a double-edged sword. I think like anything, in the right hands, under the right set of circumstances, it can be really beneficial. But I think sometimes what happens is we make assumptions about children's efficacy with technology. Children are adept at Snapchatting and Instagramming and Facebooking and you know what I mean. They are adept at social media platforms. There's a smaller subset of children who actually know how to code. Right? There's a smaller subset of children who actually understand programming, actually understand the intricacies of technology. And for that reason, I say it's a double-edged sword because they're duping us a little bit. So technology in the classroom, when used right, and I mean specifically like platforms that support virtual learning, and a lot of those gained more popularity as we went into quarantine and dealing with the pandemic. But those platforms, the use of simulations and online labs, those things absolutely enhance instruction. And where applicable, I absolutely encourage the use of technology. I think another challenge is that a lot of teachers aren't technologically savvy. A lot of teachers don't have technology, don't have technical literacy. And
a lot of parents.
And parents as well. So it kind of makes it such that technology is either being not used in a way that's optimal for students, or it's being overused in a way that's kind of mundane, and it removes the excitement for students. It removes the innovation and the ability to be creative and to troubleshoot. So technology in the classroom, when teachers have the right training, under the right circumstances, is absolutely a plus. But I think sometimes our children give us the impression that they're a lot more savvy than they are. And I think educators and parents alike make those assumptions. But we have to be very careful about technology because there's a lot of stuff out there. And oftentimes the stuff that our children are accessing is garbage.
Yeah.
So I definitely value technology in the classroom. I just think that educators on the whole, especially when you've been teaching such a long time, and you know, if you're from the old school, you're from what's called the land of chalk and talk, right? Lectures and writing notes on the board from one end to the next. You don't generally have the desire to do anything different. But I encourage teachers to find ways to use technology in the classroom in moderation, everything in moderation, even in this information age, or dare I say, especially in this information age, in moderation, because kids still got to learn how to read. Everything can't be about clicking a button or using an app. We still need literacy in our classrooms. We still need those core fundamentals to lay the foundation, because there's nothing more dangerous than technology in idle hands.
I agree. And the
I don't
problem
know
with
what the hell, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the other problem with that is that because of the paradigm shift with social media gravitating towards video, it's not making reading any more sexier or any more intriguing. And so I can't tell you the insurmountable amount of kids that'll tell me, Miss, you ain't got to go Google it. Just go to YouTube University. You could watch the video on it. And I'm like, wow, no, I want to read about it. Nah, just go to YouTube. So, yeah, that's another big challenge.
The instant gratification, don't want to do the work, the research, and actually know. Because here's what happens is you get the short version of the history.
Exactly.
You get the short version of history. You only get the instant last 20 years version of the history. So you run around with all these, and I'm not knocking conspiracy theories, because we know that some of these conspiracy theories are very much based on truth.
Yep.
But you don't have anywhere else to go but the last 20 years and what Wikipedia and some people threw into the internet. So if you're not out here studying and learning and reading and going in the library and reading books and digging and asking the elders and learning the history properly, all you're getting is the last 20 years of Babylon mess that people have told you, and you're believing that's accurate. No. Please know that everything on the internet is
Shout out to Miss Pink
accurate.
and Papa Goot. Papa Gooch said reading is fundamental, and Miss Pink said, "Well said." Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
And it's a real challenge because sometimes, when you're talking to the youth about the importance of reading, they look at you like blah 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 blah, like you're the teacher at Charlie Brown. You know what I mean? Mama, mama. But
Right.
I've learned, even dealing with my middle school kids, right, that sometimes you have to set up certain games or certain structures that they actually learning without them realizing that they're learning. Like one of the things I did was homework, payroll, paycheck, where I made them being a student was their job. And if they did their homework on time and came prepared and all of this, they'd get points. And then every 2 weeks they'd get a check and go into the store and go buy something based on the work that they did. But meanwhile, they was doing extra papers so that they could get more points, so that they could get that, earphones or that book bag or whatever else they wanted, because we had some fly stuff in our store. But the kids were strengthening their learning skills without them even realizing it. So sometimes we have to change the presentation because these kids are bombarded with media, and these old school tactics don't work. Exactly. They're boring.
So, Eb, I want to just talk to you before you go because I know you're hectic today, and thank you for taking the time out. Talk to us about the side chick, because people don't understand that the side chick is about the science education chick and not being somebody's side piece. The side chick is an incredible, project that you've undertaken and that you're promoting what you do. So in that, tell us about the side chick. Tell us where you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years, doctor, director, what are the big dreams and goals, and then let us know where we can reach out to you and where people can find you. So first start with the side chick. Talk about it.
Okay, so the side chick was born out of my love for science, as well as my love for hip hop. And what I started doing as a science instructor is leveraging hip hop as an entry point for teaching science content. And so the side chick was born. It's spelled SCIED, like fusion of science and education. I call her the side chick. It's supposed to be provocative because it makes somebody be like, well, what the hell is that?
Exactly.
So I chose, so that it was definitely deliberate. But the side chick is my alter ego, or she just combines the best parts of me as an educator. Again, using hip hop as a conduit for teaching science content. I write songs. My first love is writing. Even though I'm a scientist, even though I'm an educator, I identify as a writer first. I write poems, I write monologues, I write songs, rap songs, specifically by sampling like cult classics to convey science content. And I've decided to expand the side chick into doing a little more than that. Like as Lynn mentioned, I'm working on an educational doctorate. I'm really excited about that. I'm about a third of the way through the program.
Woo!
So I'm praying for endurance and I'm praying for everything that I need in order to be successful. But I'm using the side chick. My hope is that the side chick is going to be a hub, or the place that I'm creating is going to be a hub for content, curriculum, really dope songs, even resources for financial aid where college preparation is concerned. A lot of promotion regarding HBCUs as well. Go South Carolina State. I'm an alumni. Go Bulldogs. So the side chick is right now. Again, I'm a millennial, but I'm a baby boomer at heart. You know what I mean? So I got to learn how to use this, like the internet and this social media thing. I got to understand the algorithm more in order to make the side chick become as big as I know she can actually be. So you can find her on Instagram, on IG at _side chick. That's SIED _ chick. So _side SIED _ chick. She's up to like a little over 100 followers now. So she's doing pretty
go
good.
ahead, girl.
But yeah. So she's a fledgling little page. But I got big dreams in store for her, and hopefully in 5 to 10 years, I'll be doing something around urban education at some institution of higher learning, or God willing, I would have written some super grants to help me try to really skyrocket a program or foundation of my own. So that's my goal.
So how can we help you continue to achieve your goals? Our listeners.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that question. Well, no. Well, Amelia, you and I have. Yeah. I'll get back to you. If you have me back, I'll have an answer.
Yes, we're gonna have you back definitely. Thank you so much, Ebony. You are fantastic, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
There's a lot going on in our chat, and Papa Goot said, in addition to a lack of reading, technology has hampered students the ability to write. Newsjacks don't write using pen and paper. A lot gets lost in the transition in the digital medium, and that's so true, because everything is so abbreviated that the facts kind of get omitted. They just get deleted. And Miss Pink said, agreed. Hey. So shout out to our viewers, man. I love y'all. Yes.
Thank y'all, viewers. And thank you, Ebony, for coming on. We're going to let you go. Thanks for stopping by Sipping Something Sexy Sundays. And I'm still jealous that y'all are sipping, and I'm not.
Shout out to the lurkers.
Thank you, ladies, for having me.
Yes.
We have lurkers. Shout out to the lurkers, and all lurkers matter. I mean, whether you tune into the chat room or not.
Shoot, I love my ghost followers. You kidding me?
So
I love them.
Okay.
They help my algorithm. Yeah.
So, Edges, we will see you again soon. Thanks for coming on and shouting out with us and letting everybody know what you do. Keep up the amazing good work that you do, woman of faith. And we will talk to you soon. God bless.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye, ladies.
Peace, queen.
Take care now. Peace.
Man, it's been a crazy week. One more applause for Ebony, because, our educators don't get the respect that they need, man. Not at all. It's like a jungle sometimes.
Yeah, right. They can call in now if they have questions. Anybody has a question.
Oh, anybody that wants to jump in on the conversation, holler at us. 347-305-5205. Again, 347-305-5205. If you've been listening to the conversation, holla. So you were saying, Lynn?
That was awesome. A hectic week. This has been a crazy week. So y'all know it's tax season. I'm working 6 to 7 days a week right now. Absolutely nuts. But I'm happy to be here. I did want to say this before we go any further, just so you guys know, like I said, we are going to continue to talk about women's empowerment all year long. Every year, every time we're on this show, it's going to be about Sipping Something Sexy and what the sisters are doing, because we believe in uplifting each other. So letting you know, coming up in the next couple of weeks, we are going to have beautiful Moni B, the CEO, entrepreneur, CEO of Brazilian Babes. Now, if you guys live in Harlem, y'all all seen Brazilian Babes.
Yeah.
Y'all go down there and get your waxes and your vajacials and all of that stuff y'all got going on down there.
I gotta raise my glass to the queen. Yes.
And fellas, and she's talking about females. Because when you say fellas getting Brazilian waxes, we don't see that.
You see the after effects of when
the women, right. We see the after effects of the women getting
Drew Mecca, I'm really, anyway.
I'm in the cut.
You gotta be extra. You got to be extra. So y'all see when the women get their thing looking nice
bling,
and right. Well, anyway,
the team looking bling bling.
And not only did she keep her shop open all through COVID and keep it bubbling and doing what she does, but through all the struggles of being a first-time business owner, she has just opened up her second shop down in Atlanta. So we are going to be talking to the beautiful Moni B, businesswoman, entrepreneur, mom. You see, our women do every doggone thing. They do it all. You know what I mean? They run the businesses and they raise the kids and they keep it going. So we're going to be talking to beautiful Moni B. And we're also in a couple of weeks on, we're going to also be talking to Miss Fredericia Dixon, who is the mayoral candidate for mayor down in Inglewood. That's right, Long Beach, Compton, Inglewood, California. She is doing awesome things, and we cannot wait to have
Yes.
Patricia on the show so she can let you know what she's trying to change out there in Inglewood, California. And she is young and vibrant and black and doing the damn thing. So like I said, it's always going to be something about women's empowerment moving forward. And we're not leaving out you guys because we know we work well with y'all.
Yes.
We
Love
don't
my
wanna act
brothers.
like-
Love my brothers.
We
Gotta
don't want
have
to
'em.
act right. And we give y'all something right.
Talk about it. Wait, D-Mac is like, oh dear.
We give y'all
What'd
some
you say,
act right,
D? What'd
y'all
you
act
say,
right.
D?
Yeah, this is why I'm in the cut. That's why I'm sitting in the shadows.
As
behind
you
the
should
boards.
be. As you should be. You should be
Hey, yo,
beautifully
applause
seen
and shout
not
out to
heard,
our
so.
producer, D-Mecca, though, because he got our set looking real fly, Lynn. What you see?
Set looks awesome. I can see the set. I'm looking at
loving
the set.
the
I'm
way the
watching you.
sipping is looking.
It's gorgeous. I want him to keep this as, this is it right here.
Yes.
This is so
Thank you. Thank you.
Ew.
Yes, baby,
Now,
yes.
now imagine you're physically being there.
Oh my
and
goodness.
how many shows would you have to do to actually finish off this cellar here?
Oh.
Imagine.
To finish
I
up that little wine cellar,
know. No, how many shows we'd have to do to drink
Right,
all
to
those
sip-
bottles?
to drink-
to finish
Oh,
all these
my
bottles
God.
in that wine cellar. Well, we would be in syndication.
Right. Uh-huh.
That's how many. We would be in syndication, bruh.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gonna be. We
that's
gonna
all.
be. Speak it into the universe. Yeah, well,
Yes.
I had a crazy
Absolutely.
week. I had a crazy week as well, but still I rise. You know, you push through it, pray until something happens. But Thursday, my phone got
Yes.
snatched, so I was like, oh, man, here we go again. But it's all good, though. You know, you keep it moving, keep it pushing. I got
Listen.
up the next morning, did a radio show with my man D-Mecca and Amir Sealy, so that was hot. And back here Sunday.
Shout out to Mr. Amir.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. He's real cool, real Renaissance man. I was like, ooh, okay. But he's taken, ladies. He's taken.
Yeah.
Just want to put that disclaimer out
Just
there.
to put that
yeah,
disclaimer, because I'm not
yeah.
trying to have my brother get in a whole bunch of trouble on my accord.
On,
But
on the other hand, I'll take it. I'll take that smoke. If
I was
anybody's
getting ready to
interested,
say,
I'll take that smoke.
I thought D-Mecca had made it very clear earlier that he was single and ready to
Yeah,
mingle.
No, but just in case those that missed that part, I just want to relay that, bring that back, rewind that a little.
Aw.
Listen,
Oh,
Yes,
Miss Pink
yes.
All
said
right,
Amir is an
ladies.
awesome brother. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Thank you, Miss Pink. That's what's up. Hey, Miss Pink, what you sipping on today? Well, this is sipping on something sexy Sunday. So what you sipping on?
Uh-oh.
It could be something non-alcoholic as well.
Like
We'll wait for
Brooklyn.
that answer.
I got ginger ale because she said coffee. I got ginger ale because I know
Oh, I need
can't
my
drink.
coffee.
I can't no alcohol because I know Emil can't pick my ass up if I pass out. So
Yeah, no, we're not doing
all she
that.
can do is call 911 and call my nephew in the back, tell him like, yo, your uncle's he in trouble. So, but it's all
Hey, wait a
good.
minute. I'm a little bit of a mighty mouse. No.
Okay, all right. You a bad sister. If you could pick up dead weight, 375 pounds of dead weight, you a bad sister.
You'd be
man.
surprised what you could do when you scared or upset.
Yeah,
One of those
you right
two.
about that.
This is true. This is true.
She says,
This is
She
true.
said, but I do it. Oh, she's cute. She said she's drinking coffee, right? She said, but I do adult bevs for sure.
Yeah, she's
That
doing
was
the grad.
adorable.
She's doing the paper for
That's
grad
what's
school.
up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's graduate.
Nice.
Hey, grad
All
school.
right,
There you go.
Let's give her a round
Applause
of
for
applause.
that.
Education.
Yes.
Education
That's
is alive
right.
and well up in here.
Yes.
We
I
sit
love
up
my
and sexy.
educated
What we-
sister.
what we
That's
in-
what it is.
What we
Two
in grad
snaps up in
school
the air.
for, Miss Pink? What we in grad school for?
Oh, he's sipping on Zen, Papa Goot.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah, Papa Goot. Yeah, I got a bone to pick with Papa Goot
Uh-oh.
and Sister Lucy.
Oh, she's
Uh,
studying leadership.
Okay, shout out to Miss Pink for that.
Yeah.
Yo, man, where's the donuts, man? Where's
Uh-oh.
I thought I was supposed to come out to where y'all at, in Long Island or something like that. Thought I was supposed to come get my bagels and
Uh-oh.
they came here. Lucy, shout out to Lucy, his
Hey.
other half.
Yay.
She's a great, phenomenal DJ. I had her on the show.
I love
on
my
one of
female
our other
DJs.
shows. She came and did her thing, and they came and they brought treats, which was what was it was I forgot, it was a pastry, brownies. and not the edible brownies like that. It
Oh
was,
man,
it was real
Sweetly
brownies.
seasoned brownies.
Right. Man, and they supposed to come back. Shout out to, like I said, to Miss Lucy. If anything you need
He
to,
said, "I got you, brownie." He said, "I got you, bro.
I got
Brownie's
you.
forthcoming."
That's what's up. That's what's up. But any other
Okay,
female.
don't come here without something for me now. I'm just gonna let you know.
Okay. I'm gonna have to travel out there. Follow Miss Lucy Uslid on Twitch here.
We
like
said
I said,
cannolis too.
she's a dope DJ, and she rocks vinyl as well. She does 45s as well as doing the computer stuff too. So shout out to her. Yeah.
shout out.
For sure.
We listen here. For those, this show, we support our own.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody else is going to do it, so we have to learn how to support our own. Whether
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't hurt to fast forward this, to share the link, host a page, just hit the like, word of mouth. It doesn't cost you a dime. I understand if you
Follow, subscribe,
right,
all that good
I
stuff.
understand if you gotta, if we're gonna do smoke signals, you gotta set a fire. That costs. You could do snail mail, whatever. Morse code, but we're just here to support our people doing things. Definitely that. So definitely, shout out to the cake chef on Staten Island. Okay, well, maybe we come out there and do a show, a remote show.
So, Lynn, we've been exchanging some really funny stuff that's been happening on IG, on social media.
Right.
And unfortunately, my phone's over by D Mecca, but do you remember one? Because I'm trying to remember some, and I can't really think of it right now.
Oh gosh. Well, there are right. I can't in this moment think about them either. There were so many things, which is terrible. But yeah, so there were so many things. I don't know if I shared with you, and this is not one of the recent ones you shared, but there was one where this elderly white lady was typing. She had received an email, and the woman said something about, in response to your email, blah, 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 blah. So you expect the white lady to come out and say very professionally, excuse me, and very professionally to respond back to her and say, hello, whoever, blah, blah, blah. And she looks at the email and she goes, per my email, bitch. And she just goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hysterical. One thing I can say is the amount of things that I see on TikTok and IG, sometimes I could be feeling down and I will just happen to gloss through IG. Yeah, she went all the way hood on it. She was typing, and the voiceover was a white lady, but talking mad ghetto. It was so hilarious, and I watch that and just crack up off of that all the time. There have been so many things that I have seen though that we have looked at, and just people dressed crazy.
Oh
We
my
have seen
God.
people dressed crazy on IG, just absolute nuts. You know what I mean? So.
One of the favorite ones that I like, though, is when they do the 5 generations of hi, mom, hi, mom, hi, mom. It's so cool. I like
yeah,
that.
I
That's
see
one of
that.
my
Yeah, because
favorites.
it goes all the way back to great-great-grandmas.
I
and stuff, and
know.
most
It's so
times.
cool.
It ain't a lot of those lately.
Exactly.
And they're always so
There's not a lot
spunky.
left.
The great grandma, she's always got the most spunk. I
Right.
always wait for it. I wait for it.
And she like 100.
Yeah.
She like 100.
Looking like what? Shout out to
Right.
the grandmas and the
Right.
great grandmas.
Did you see
man.
the meme with the 2 black cats? You can see they show one black cat. It's a person laying in bed. You see the leg, and there's one black cat laying on the leg, and he's talking to the cat, but yet the overlay of the mic, and he's talking about, I'm talking about getting a dog, and all of a sudden you see the other black cat coming talking about, say what? But you have to look at it like it's like they really having a conversation. He says, and then you can tell it's a white person because of the leg. And he says, He says, I like my black cats. And then all of a sudden the cats get defensive, like, say black again, say black again. And I was like, yo, why these two cats are like they about to really whip this dude's behind? But if I find it, I have to send it to y'all.
Yes.
Funniest thing out there right now. Shout out to my dude, Bumism is in the building, my man, the real DJ.
Hey,
What's
Scratch Master
up?
JG is in the building.
Yes,
You know,
JG.
what's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Ah,
What it do?
Yeah.
What it
Shout out to
do?
my brother SMJG in the building.
Yes.
But like I said, you know,
That's my dude right there.
it's, you know, I definitely appreciate you ladies coming, you know, bringing your show to me to produce.
Oh, we love you, man. On some
Yes,
real shit,
please.
you one of the
I
real
try.
ones.
I try.
And you know what's so crazy? It's like D-Mecca and I have definitely been in the same rooms, in the same places at the same time. And it's so wild. When we start talking, I'm like, yeah, I was there too. And remember when da-da-da-da? He was like, yeah, you really was there because da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
I was
because
like, yeah.
you would only know that unless you was there. You know, during that time, what did we say? The saying is the revolution will not be televised.
Oh, man, no, it
that,
won't.
that part of our revolution was not televised. There was no cell phones. There was no Instagram. Truthfully, if you had it for someone to bring back old stuff, and you know they're telling the truth because it was like, oh yeah, you were there. If you saw that, yeah, you were there.
One of the ones we talked about, Lynn, right, was Kilimanjaro's when what's his name? I can't think of his name when KRS pushed PM Don off the stage and then rocked the whole show.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
T-Money's at T-Money's birthday party.
Yeah, I wasn't
Amir
there for that.
was there, and
Yeah,
Amir
and
was like,
probably-
yeah.
And probably SMJG because obviously,
Yeah.
like he's a pioneer. He's been around too.
Yes,
So-
SMJG, what's
Yeah,
good,
so-
baby?
but, you know,
Yeah, oh my God, we were reminiscing on some crazy times. I got in so much trouble because I was in A&R at G Street at that time. And I stood there and rocked the whole Chris party instead of me leaving, right? You pushed my artist off the stage. I was like, fuck it. This is hip hop right now.
oh God.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
SOGC,
John Baker
SOBs,
chewed me out.
Yeah, SOBs, yeah.
Oh, yeah. SOBs is classic. It still is classic. You know,
It
that's
is
one of the
still
things.
classic.
Yeah, that's, you know, I'm so
I'm hoping that
thankful
we
for
get
it.
back to doing shows there and stuff like that because
Yeah.
I've
That's
seen
a
some great
legendary
hip-hop
spot.
at SOBs.
But it's changed. It's not the original spot.
Yeah, it
SOBs.
is. No, it is.
No, not the 107. That's not the 107 was not the original SOBs.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Original
the only
SOBs
SOBs I've ever been
is
to.
It's almost near Delancey Street. I want to say it's near Delancey Street.
Huh.
That the one that you see on
On Varick.
On Zarek and 7.
Yeah.
That's not the original.
Wow.
Okay.
For as long as I known, I've been
I mean,
there.
it's been a
man.
while.
Yeah.
It's been around, but there was
Wow.
one before that.
Wow.
I can't
See, that's what
remember
I'm saying
exact
about
address.
D-Mecky. He be pulling them cards, man. Say,
Cash Money.
Well,
Yeah, Cash Money was there too. Yo, that was classic. I swear to God, that was some hip
So
hop
what we got?
history.
So you talked about this lady coming up next week.
Yes.
Next
Well,
show.
it's next. It's not next week, but
Right.
our next show, because it'll probably be closer to Easter, we're going to have Moni B come up and talking about her entrepreneurship at Brazilian Babes and her opening up the second shop in Atlanta. She has the one shop right there in Harlem. And we're going to talk to Fredericia Dixon, who's the mayoral candidate for Inglewood, California, for the actual city of Inglewood. She's running for mayor out there. But besides that, before we sign off, I only think it's right that we give people a taste of who we are, right? So, Amelia, tell them a little bit about yourself, girl. And I'll tell them a little bit about you.
Well, I mean, I've been in the entertainment industry for about 30 years. Atlantic Records, Black Music Department, G Street Records, A&R and A&R Administration, Rough Rider Records, General Manager, President of Rough Rider Lifestyles. I was the co-host of What's the 411 when we was killing it on Time Warner, you know, #1 rated show late night. And then, you know, just been doing my acting thing. So shout out to all the directors that give me my gigs, like Ron Elliott for The Lost Book of Rap, Oh my God, Sultan Ali for the holiday bouncer. Shout out to my little babies at PS 15 in the Queens. We did Police Squad 15. You can see that on YouTube. It's really hilarious. It's like Home Alone, and I play this boss lady villain. It's crazy. But yeah, just living life and loving it. And, doing this radio thing, I want to really express my thanks to D Mecca, producer extraordinaire. You know what I mean? He's really doing it. And I'm just having a ball right now. My queen, Brooklyn Ford.
So, hey, I'm Brooklyn Ford. If you don't already know, that Brooklyn Bush, I'm on it. And let's see, I used to be a rapper 1,000 years ago, was going to get signed to Russell. That didn't happen. I decided to go the education route. But anyway, since then, I kept staying true to my roots of entertainment. I started a company called Sapphire Entertainment, which I am still the CEO of and president of. And y'all probably saw us out in Vegas, have our launch party out there with Diddy and Jay and MOP. And yeah, it was amazing. And Vampire and Madville Productions and all of my crew from Sapphire Entertainment. Love you guys. And I still see y'all. And from there, I transitioned in the last, I want to say 15 years, because in 2009, I dropped the book Liza Blue. And so I am most proud of that. And I'm working on the script right now for that. And I have a bunch of projects I'm working on. But to tell y'all the most about right now is Liza Blue, which are the screenplay that I have now finally done myself.
And Gray Area.
The Gray Area, which my girl Amelia is a lead actor in the Gray Area. And I have a bunch of other projects, Best Kept Secret, and a few others that we're trying to bring to a movie theater and a TV screen and a laptop near you. So everybody that's listening, we're going to be streaming, we're going to be filming, we're going to be shooting. They shooting Major Look.
And I got to tell you, that Gray Area definitely keeps you on the edge of your seat. Not because that's my girl that's writing it, but even the new editor that was editing it, she was stuck on stupid. She was like, oh. Yeah. Plots, twists, and turns. That's what my girl delivers. Yeah, shout out to you.
That's what we do. So we are both authors and filmmakers and producers and just grinding in this entertainment world. But we stop to take time, sipping something sexy on Sundays to hang out with you guys.
And
with D Mecca, our super producer.
Yes, love D Mecca. Give us applause for that. Yes. But the last thing I want everybody to know, I am launching my messaging business, public speaking. So I speak to high schools, I speak to corporations, I speak to church organizations. There's 4 different categories that I speak in. So just hit me up, AMELIAISMORE on any social media. I think that's it, right? That's the end of our show. That's show number 2, Lynn.
I know. We got another one in the can. Thank y'all so much.
Don't forget, it's sipping on something sexy is every second and fourth Sunday of each month. So it's not every other week. It's every second and fourth Sunday of each month.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is. And we're going to bring it to you, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this show. I love you too. You guys are the best, man. I mean, he's Papa Gooch said D Mec is a good dude. I'm going to start calling him Black Neo. The set and audio is on point. That's what's up. And shout out to SJG, man. I love you too, bro. Always. You already know. Yeah, he said have a beautiful day. I guess that's about it, right?
Yeah, baby girl. Make sure.
And we are breaking records, so if you want your music heard, make sure you hit us up. That's all I gotta say.
Yes. All right. Till the next time, we are out. Goodbye, Lynn. Goodbye, Amelia.
Bye.
Sipping something sexy. Keep it sexy.
This how we cut the line.